My name is Aidan Byrne, and I am in the Modern World History class of Mr. Munson. So this year I learned so many things, not only in this class, but throughout all my classes. But in this class particularly, the most memorable thing that I learned was the ancient civilizations of the Greeks and Romans. Because they're like the founding fathers of like modern civilization. So it's just really like interesting to learn about how they lived and how they like ran their whole world, because to me it was just really interesting. In my other classes, whether it's learning about the body in sports med, to reading A Stranger in English, or traveling across the world for a competition for academic decathlon. So, positive and a negative thing that I experienced this school year. Um, so, let's start with the positive. So, obviously, it'd be traveling to Manila and Yale for our academic decathlon competitions. So, we got to participate in tests, debates, essays, games, so much more. And traveling with these 16 kids or so and the teachers, Mr. Salmingo, Miss Sparks, you got to bond with everyone. Now, like, they're all my best friends. Like, I I'm closer with them than I ever thought I would be, and I just had such a great experience. I got to make friends and meet people from all over the world, play games with them, take tests next to them, eat with them. It was such a great experience. A negative thing that I experienced this year would probably be chemistry and trigonometry, because I just don't understand any of that. To me, it's just really confusing, boring, and it's not fun at all. I really just didn't like it. So 2020, the year of the coronavirus. So 10 years from now, like, what would I look back on and remember most? So I probably remember like all the tough times everyone's going through. No matter what situation you're in, everyone's going through a hard time. Um, and I probably also remember like the social distancing, obviously, because like on normal days you go to school, you're hanging out with friends, you're hanging out with friends after school, eating together, going outside, playing. But now you have to stay inside all day and doing nothing besides homework and watching TV and whatnot, and you don't really get to do much. So that's probably the thing I'm gonna remember most from all this. So, from our in class assignments, such as the CNN 10s and other current event assignments, I probably learned that a lot of people, I guess, follow the news based on whatever they say, because they're like a verified source and you have to listen to them at all times and nothing else. But, because when we watch these, you can see everyone's, like, the opinions of everyone shift to what that news opinion is. So like when the whole COVID-19 coronavirus thing came up in China, everyone starts thinking about that and about what the news is saying is correct, and that's the whole story. But like, I'd say go two sides of the argument, or not argument, but just topic in general, and see both sides of it. See like the full story. Don't just look at one news source, but I say look at more like two to four, because then you can see everything. You get to see the full stories and everything what's going on instead of just one side. But when we switched to online classes, a lot of teachers then, since we were at home, they thought we had a lot more time on our hands to do more work, and that's pretty unfair to assume that. But because everyone's situation is different. But teachers like you, Mr. Munson, teachers like Mr. Holke and Mr. Samingo, they like understood that. They knew that things were different and harder for everyone, so they gave us more time on assignments, made assignments easier, and giving us more leeway and just being a lot more kind in general. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I know others do too. So again, just thank you so much for doing that. And then Mr. Munson, thank you so much for teaching me this year. It was such a great year. You're always so kind and welcoming. From when I transferred from AP Euro. So just thank you again for always being so helpful and kind and such a good teacher. Thank you.